One of the most common mistakes I see pastors make is not finding the connection from one passage to the next. I don't want to say it's a failure of your imagination, but certainly it's not a trust in how God inspired certain thoughts to follow one to the other. Maybe it's just cultural blinders, or maybe they just over rely on commentators. I don't know. But either way, this last chapter of 1 Peter is one such example. So prior to this, Peter's already been exploring the suffering, the isolation, the alienation the church has been experiencing at the hands of the culture. And he's been showing them how to live out the sufferings of Christ, to embrace this, to be a household of faith rooted in the hope that Christ will overcome even these moments of despair. And then here in chapter 5, all of a sudden he starts talking about elders. And a lot of folks just sort of separate this out like a change in topic somehow. But it's really not. There's an actual beauty here that Peter is bringing to the forefront if we're faithful just to read and trust that God has a purpose in the order and structure of this book. Here's what's happening. Peter's saying, look, church, you're going through it. I know it, and you're not alone. You're not alone in these sufferings of Christ. And now he's saying, look to the elders. The elders are the men whom God has put over you, to be responsible for you, to care for you in this time. So he speaks directly here to the elders and saying, look, don't lead like the world leads. Don't lead in oppression. Don't lead as an opportunity for selfish gain. Lead as an opportunity to suffer. And he says, as I'm suffering, as I saw the sufferings of Christ and I'm experiencing suffering now, lead and know that your suffering is an example, is something that can serve to inspire, motivate, encourage, and sustain the people that God has given you to watch over. And he brings in this concept of shepherd. Really, God, Jesus, is the over shepherd, the great shepherd of all the people, right? So the elders are really under shepherds. They're there to be the hands, the feet, the voice of comfort and hope of Jesus Christ in the midst of trial. And this is the purpose of elders. I mean, obviously there's other things we could talk about and safeguarding theology and all those sorts of things. But man, elders, if you are out there, pastors, leaders in the church, God has put you there so that you can not only bear up under your own sufferings, your own challenges, but that you can come alongside and sustain and help people just overcome their own sufferings, to bear their burdens for them, with them. So there's a beauty in all this. I want to encourage you to read through this whole section and read this closing letter with that in mind. And there's two key takeaways. One, of course, elders, this sets out your purpose. Why you exist is to be the comfort to people when they're going through trials that they face. But two, sheep, the people, the sheep of God, man, we are to lean into our elders, to trust them. We need to be in churches that are led by the kind of elders that model the sufferings of Christ and give us hope whenever we are struggling to overcome. And if you can do that, if you find that kind of church, dive in, trust, build your life around that community of people, and God will bring you riches, glory, and blessings for all eternity.